At what age do you decide you just don't care if you get married or have a boyfriend anymore? Because I'm so blessed. Like, life is so good. I literally am like, la 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 through life. And then a random thought will be like, well, you haven't had a boyfriend in 6 years. Girl, you're not going to be a young mom because you're not even married yet. And I'm like, shut up. Like, I wish those thoughts would just go away. And I'm thinking, like, do they ever go away? Or have I been conditioned as a little kid to want that my whole life? And now that's like what I think is missing. But like, I don't think it's missing, but it's like my thoughts too. The voices.
No, you have actually been conditioned to be a raging hedonistic feminist. That's what you're conditioned into. The desire to have a man by your side, the desire to create a family, to give to someone else instead of being a self-absorbed a-hole, only invest in herself, is something natural, is something human. That is what you are inherently born with. It's your stupid feminist propaganda that has led you to a life of destruction that is conditioning you to be 30 and single. But gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the desert. Glad to meet you here with Ampu. Let's get started with our video today, guys, which will be about women ending up 30 and single and trying to rationalize that, trying to bring up an answers to why that happens other than I just suck as a dating option. So let's get into our second woman, guys, who of course has the mandatory arm tattoo.
Always makes me laugh when men in my comment section say, well, if you don't settle down, you're gonna be old and childless and you're gonna be an old cat lady. Listen, brother, I just got back from an 18-kilometer run. I am 1 month out from my ultra marathon. Freshly shaven legs, moisturized. I am now wearing a dress. I'm going to take myself out for dinner and I'm going to get a juicy steak. And the house is clean. Everything is clean. And when I get back from my dinner, I am going to do a full skincare routine. And then I'm going to crawl into bed with my freshly shaven legs and it's
Okay. Before you continue with your plans for the next 7 years of your life, you're still not answering the question, why are you single? Is shaving your legs something that you are forbidden to do if you're in a relationship? Like, how does this work? Oh, well, I'm single because I'm training for a marathon. Are you training 24 hours of the day that you cannot find a partner? What's going on here? You know, oh, I'm gonna have steak for dinner. Congratulations. DNS didn't care, to be honest, but congratulations. How is that preventing you from being with a man? Can't you eat steak while being with a man? Of course, she's not gonna answer because the problem is not that she's training for a marathon, is that she sucks as a dating option. She's a terrible dating option, and men run away from her, which is why she's 30 and single.
And it's going to feel so nice against my sheets. I'm going to light a candle, I'm going to hang out with my pet rabbit, and then I'm going to go to bed early. And I'm going to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep, and it's going to be the best.
We forgot to mention how she's going to play with her plastic toy a bit, you know, to feel some sort of intimacy, to feel loved by a piece of plastic. You forgot to mention that.
My skin is the clearest it's ever been. My cortisol levels are balanced. I have a jawline. Can't say I had that when I was in a relationship constantly stressed out. And life is good. Life is really good. Fresh manicure. I love it here. I love it here. So I just might take the cats.
Yeah, you will. You will take the cats indeed. It's a solution that a lot of women are coming up to, which is, well, I can't be a good person. I can't be a good dating option. And because it takes some effort to be one, I'm rather going to settle for the life of cats and plastic toys and a hobby here and there, which, again, having a man wouldn't prevent you from having hobbies. It will influence your life in a better way. It will make you a better person. But there's the reality, guys, that these women don't strive to be better people. They don't want to give to others. They don't know what love is about. They want to be selfish, which is why they invest in hooking up and using other people for their own interests. So we leave them to rot with their 7 cats and, yeah, enjoy your life. I mean, there are statistics, guys, showing that by the year, I think 2040, was it, like 50% of women aged 30 will be single and childless. Well, let's bring the downfall of society. We lost the game, guys. We just lost the game. Most women in the West are just lost. They are unsavable. So I don't know. Let's just collapse as a society, I guess. But now let's move on to this other one, guys.
I don't know if any other girls are in the Are We Dating the Same Guy groups on Facebook. They're amazing. You need to join. But these women will post photos of literally the crypt keeper with like, I will kill you face tattooed. And the caption will be like, any red flags? I'm begging you to look at the fucking photo, Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica, get your crap together. Step up your game, Jessica. And not only Jessica, but all the other women in these pathetic little funny Facebook groups. Are we dating the same guy? Yes, you are, you morons. You're all women in the West are dating the same guy, alright? You don't need a Facebook group to find that out. We've been shouting this. I've been shouting for real. I'm gonna calm down. We, from the Manosphere, have been shouting this from the rooftops for 10 years. All of you moronic little pathetic women are dating the same guys over and over. Oh, he looks like the crypt keeper. Well, what does that say about you, you imbecile? You are the problem here. You are the one who's choosing those men that have their whole bodies covered in tattoos and are just terrible people all around and just want to use you. You are the one that's going for them. You have all the good guys on the side, you just simply couldn't care less about them. And you make these crappy little groups. Are we dating the same guy? And oftentimes they find out they are. Because from a town that, let's say, has 100,000 people, 100,000 men, you're dating the same 12 to 15 bad boys, you morons. My lord. Anyway, guys. I know that your life lately has been lacking direction. I know that lately you have been waking up in the middle of the night, concerned that your life is meaningless. And I know why, guys, because we haven't covered dating coaches in a while. So, of course, your life is going to be lacking direction. Let's take a look at this one.
I'm going to give you a life hack that's going to change how you attach to people, how people respond to you, how magnetic you are. And it's going to stop you suffering about guys, okay? It's going to stop. I'm going to nip that right in the bud, okay? Like this. This is what men do. Men do this. They are the kings of this. That's where I got it from. Men. When Gerald does something for you, instead of thinking, and let's say Gerald got you a meal, he made you a meal. Instead of thinking, wow, Gerald is so amazing, he made me a meal. Gerald is so amazing, he changed my tires. Gerald is so amazing, he bought me some flowers. You uno reverso. I am so amazing, he decided to make me a meal. I am so amazing, he changed my tire. I am so amazing, he bought me flowers.
Isn't that good advice, gentlemen? Like, for real, isn't that the best thing you can do? Instead of being grateful that someone did something for you, just think that you're God's gift to the earth and that you are owed their time and affection, you know? Just think that you deserve it inherently. And if they, for whatever reason, don't gift you flowers one day, maybe their mother passes away and they're down, they don't gift you flowers, bye, you know? Get out of my life. You're not giving me what I'm owed. Isn't that good? I mean, these dating coaches, guys, this is why I think they're so important for society. And if these women, if all these dating coaches were shipped to the North Pole to be eaten by bears, and look, I'm not saying I want that. I'm not saying that's what I will do. I'm not advising that that is a good option, but just if that happens to be the case, if we were to ship all these dating coaches to the North Pole, what will become of society without their positive influence all the time? What will happen? It will collapse. Let's say that society collapses for another reason. Do you think we will be able to rebuild society without dating coaches? I don't see how that could happen, guys. I don't see how that could be the case. We will equally need dating coaches and like farmers. They're equally as important. You cannot live without them, you know? Just such a positive influence on the world.
When you do amazing things for a man, he doesn't think, wow, she's so amazing, she did that for me. He thinks, I'm so amazing, I must deserve that. And his
Literally never, like literally never throughout my 4,000 years of life have I ever seen even one man think that for a second. Never, eh? Never, never. I don't know what these morons are yapping about.
ego grows. The more you do for him, the more he loves himself. The more you do for yourself, the more he loves you. I've told you that formula. Now, to stop yourself getting over-attached to him and obsessed with him and all about him, which is what we do because we love in a maternal way, every time he does something for you, what are you going to do? Must mean I'm so amazing. Do what he does. Must mean I'm so good. Every time the world is kind to you, give it as a merit to yourself, not to him. So at the end of it, you're going to be more and more attached to you and not to him.
Well, you see, and that's the whole purpose of a family, to be attached to you and not to the other person. Did you know that, guys? In fact, that's the reason why the whole world exists, just to revolve around this woman. I don't know if you knew that, but just so good advice. This is how you rationalize being an asshole. This is how you rationalize being a terrible piece of crap. Right? A piece of crap is what this woman is, and this is how she rationalizes it. Well, all men are evil and full of themselves, and they only care about ego. So this is why it's okay for me to be a piece of crap, because it's the only way I can play the game, you know? And it's the only way things can function. What's the name of this person? Margarita Nazarenko. Wow, you're just a terrible human being, aren't you? You're just a terrible human. You suck. What have you done with your life? You have invested your life into giving bad advice. Guys, this video, I just saw that, and it's actually terrifying. This video has 500,000 likes, right? This is what these people are doing. They are literally bringing the downfall of society. These women right here, and not just women, everyone like-minded tends to be women. You are actively waking up and choosing to be evil, choosing to do bad things. Your life is miserable. You're a single, miserable woman who's gonna be eaten by her cats the minute she passes away. And you want other people to also fall into the same void that you have fell into, excuse me. The feminist propaganda has brainwashed you. Your life is empty, rid of all meaning. It's very sad and miserable, and you just want other people to partake in that misery, like a demon would. You know, demons, mythological creatures that are all about human suffering. It's the same with this woman. Point out a difference, all right? Point out a difference. She doesn't have the horns. That's the only difference. But this woman is all about crushing other people's lives. She's villainizing all men in existence while making all women possible as bitter, resentful, and miserable as she can. You're just a terrible human being. And the world will be such a better place if you didn't have access to TikTok. If it were up to me, guys, TikTok access revoked. In fact, I'm going to put you in an asylum and have like some 3 hours a day with a psychologist, so we can try to reverse all that indoctrination that you've been through. Hell, guys. Now, let's move on to something a bit more pleasant, which is our article story. Titled, I think every woman should read He's Just Not That Into You before dating. I fell into a loop of watching YouTube videos about manifesting an ex back. So many women out there are paying witches, manifestation coaches, and dating experts to try to get an ex back. If he makes no effort to be with you, he doesn't like you. Chat, is this true? Is it true that if someone doesn't move their little finger to be with you, that implies that they don't like you? Now, I've always understood that to be the opposite. You know, if someone doesn't want to see me, strike a conversation with me, looks me in a bad manner, I thought that that means that they love me and cannot live without me. So, is this statement true? Period, point blank. Some people are shy or afraid of approaching women, but that's not what I'm talking about. Shy person can still meet you halfway. A neurodivergent person can meet you at least some of the way. A man who is afraid of a false accusation probably shouldn't be dating women at all. A person who likes you should make some effort to speak, text, call, or be around you. If they make no effort at all, you should work on your own hobbies. Don't pay a manifestation coach or dating expert to make you jump through hoops for a man who does not want to speak to you at all. Well, I gotta say, I agree with 50% of that statement. Don't pay manifestation coaches or quote-unquote dating experts, which is funny, the experts are always single. But anyway, to give you advice on how to bring an ex back. I only agree halfway, because don't pay these people at all for anything. Don't listen to a single word they say. If tomorrow, guys, a manifestation coach says that my religion is false, that my religion is true, I'm probably going to switch religion, all right? Because literally everything these people say and state as an opinion is wrong. So whatever they agree with, I disagree. Whatever they disagree with, I agree. It's just do the opposite of what these clowns are telling you, and you're probably going to be good in life. But anyway, the point of this article, gentlemen, is that these women that run around after their ex are just telegraphing to all the other men around how big of a red flag they are. And it's interesting that you see this so often, guys, when we cover TikToks or article stories. It's this narrative that men are not paying attention to these women, and these women have to run after these men. Now, if you take a look at society, at your own experience, at your friends' and relatives' experience, you will not find that to be the case. You will find a lot of men ready to have relationships and actively looking for them. But the reason why these women always share this narrative is because all these men, guys, that want relationships, they are invisible to them, all right? You, watching this right now, you have a superpower. You are invisible to these women, right? They don't, if they happen to notice your presence, they see you as less of a human. You are subhuman to them. They don't care about you. They dismiss all the good men that are looking for a relationship, and they are chasing after the men who don't care about them, don't text them, don't remember their name. Yeah? All this problem could be avoided by simply not paying attention to those guys and going for the vast majority of men that are good people. But we keep seeing this problem because these modern harpies are unable to make a good dating choice for the life of them. You can point a gun to their head and tell them, I'm going to force you to pick a good man. Guys, they cannot do it. But we'll leave the video here, guys. Bit of a shorter one, but a welcome one nonetheless. Leave me your opinions down below. Thank you for joining me and Ampu. You can check me on Patreon, where I can speak like an adult and share my mind. And also, in this way, you can support the channel while at the same time watching exclusive content. But guys, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.